Here at Midday Maryland, we love showcasing our many creative talents, especially our visual artists. Continuing our Art with Elsa series, we take a look at St. Charles Projects. It's a new gallery sharing a space with Foundry Architects in Charles Village, and it has one main requirement, that artists have a connection with Charm City so that creative conversations can be had.
This gallery is called St. Charles. We get our name from the cross streets, Charles Street and St. Paul.
Dominic Terlizzi founded the St. Charles Projects for one reason.
Getting to spend time with other artists' work that I like.
As a noted artist himself, this curator is also a creator who does it all.
Painting, sculpture, some public sculpture. One's right down the street. It's giant. It's aluminum. It's in the shape of a letter for Remington. Yeah, that's me.
Super cool.
Yeah.
His gallery, just like his works, always has Baltimore at heart.
I guess like I curate from a standpoint of connectivity, being Baltimore-centric, but also being interested in artists that are curious about Baltimore or have some sort of history in Baltimore. So part of that connectivity happens because people feel there's a stake involved. Like, why does this matter to Baltimore? Why does this matter to this site, this location? So I like to know that the artists I'm showing care about this location.
I've been doing it for 40 years. It's great to be back in Baltimore because I went to school here at MICA.
David Humphrey is the latest artist to display his works here.
I came right out of high school and more or less have been making art since then.
His solo exhibit is called Zone, which features street-side observations turned into figurative hallucinations thanks to printed vinyl, paint, and his own unique perspective.
This particular show is a kind of new body of work in which I take snapshots from my experience walking around the streets of New York. I send them to a banner printer, a sign printer, who prints them out this size, very large. They're kind of low res, and then I paint on them in my studio. So in this particular piece, I rotated it vertically. I painted out a lot of the context, and then realized that this was a torso, and I found a head for it. It's a little bit like a mask-like head, and gave it some blue jeans and gave it a cigarette. And so there's some quality of dignity, but also some quality of a little bit marginalized person.
And so you see all of this just when you encounter what other people would just think is an everyday occurrence.
Right, and I think that's something maybe artists can do, hopefully, that they can alter the way people see things.
Typically, he debuts his works in a gallery in New York City, but this time, Charm City is Zone's maiden voyage.
I hope people find them a little bit funny, a little bit weird, a little bit disturbing, and hopefully delightful, engaging.
That's Dominic's hope as well. This exhibit is one of a dozen or so that he has had already, and he hopes to continue the creative conversations.
Anybody's welcome to come in.
David Humphrey's exhibit will run through the end of May, and you can stop by anytime. Just check out the website stcharlesprojects.com first for any special engagements. And if you are interested in purchasing anything that you just saw or learning more about the artist himself, make sure you check out David's website at davidhumphreynyc.com. We'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.